Have you ever received a letter that shook your entire world? Last year, I found an envelope on my desk that changed everything. Inside was a letter from my dying mentor that turned my $200 bank account into a $1 million business. But this isn't about the money. It's about the words that woke me up when I needed it most. Let me take you back to that morning. I was 27, working a dead-end job at a call center. 6 years of college debt, sharing an apartment with 3 roommates, and eating ramen noodles for dinner. My dream was to start my own business, but after 4 failed attempts, I'd given up. That morning started like any other. Coffee stain on my shirt, missed the bus, got to work late. But there it was, a white envelope on my desk. The handwriting looked familiar. It was from Tom, my old business professor who'd become my mentor. Inside was a letter that started, "By the time you read this, I'll be gone. But before I go, there's something you need to know." Tom had been watching my journey from afar. Every failure, every setback. He wrote about seeing something in me that I'd stopped seeing in myself. But it was the next part that broke me. You're not failing at business. You're succeeding at finding every way that doesn't work. Edison failed 1,000 times before the light bulb. You've only failed 4 times. You're not even getting started. I sat there in my cubicle, tears falling on that letter, as Tom's words hit harder than any motivation speech ever had. He wrote about his own failures, things he'd never told anyone. 3 bankruptcies before his success. Living in his car for a year. Losing everything twice before figuring it out. The letter continued, "I'm leaving you my entire business library, 147 books. They're in my office at the university. But here's the catch. You can't keep them. You have to read each one and pass it on to someone else who needs it. Consider it your last assignment from your professor." That weekend, I picked up those books. The first one I opened had $1,000 cash inside with a note, "For your next attempt, make it count." I spent the next 3 months reading every night after work, taking notes, planning. The books weren't just about business. They were about psychology, human behavior, problem solving. Tom had curated this collection over 40 years. Then I found it tucked in the last book, another letter. This one said, "If you've made it this far, you're ready. Look back through your notes. What problem kept showing up? That's your business." Going through my notes, I realized something. In every failed business, I'd been trying to sell products. But my notes were full of observations about how people think, how they make decisions, how they get stuck. That's when it hit me. I didn't need to sell products. I needed to solve problems, real human problems. I used that $1,000 to build a simple website offering decision-making workshops for small business owners, teaching them what I'd learned from Tom's books about why we get stuck and how to move forward. First workshop, 3 people showed up, but those 3 told others. Next month, 12 people, then 50. Then we went online and reached thousands. Today, Clarity Catalyst helps over 100,000 people make better business decisions. Last month's revenue? $1.2 million. But here's what really matters. We've helped launch over 3,000 successful businesses. Tom's letter is framed in my office. Not to remember the success, but to remember the lesson. Sometimes we need someone else to believe in us, until we're ready to believe in ourselves. The craziest part? I've given away all 147 books. Each one went to someone stuck like I was. Some of them are successful entrepreneurs now. They're all part of Tom's legacy. If you're feeling lost right now, if you've failed so many times you want to quit, remember this. You're not failing. You're collecting ways that don't work. Your next try might be the one that changes everything. This channel, Beyond Stories, is about moments that transform lives. If you want to hear more stories like this, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment about a message that changed your life. Sometimes the words we need most come when we least expect them. See you in the next video.